Welcome, 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 guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to be getting started here today. Sorry, forgot my camera was not set up. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about quantum coding, quantum identity building. All right. And just the other day, I was talking to you guys about understanding your codes, right? Understanding that you are coded and there are things, there's information that's being sent to the universe on your behalf, right? And so some of those codes are things like your emotions, your identity, who you believe yourself to be, uh, your ancestral codes, what is in your bloodline, right? What are the things that you're already ingrained with? Also, your nervous system coding, right? Understanding what is keeping your nervous system on alert. And so there were quite a few codes that I mentioned in the class. All right. And so today I'm actually going to be talking about how to code your next self, right? So quantum identity building. All right. So just give me a few moments. I want to get set up here on the next platform so that I can be live on both TikTok as well as YouTube. So give me just 1 second. All right. Okay. And so let me erase this board. Yesterday we were talking about calibration, um, the calibration curve, and how time and repetition and emotional intensity is what is required, for calibrating yourself, right? Calibrating yourself into that new identity, being able to hold on to that new identity. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Let me erase this. I always like to sort of give you guys somewhat of a little recap of the previous lesson while it's on the board, before I erase it. You can catch the replay of that on the YouTube live videos, replays. Okay. Make sure you guys are coming in and showing out on the screen. I need you guys to be TAPPING. The screen, you guys know what it is. All right. Make sure that you guys are showing out. Where's my thing? So I am live on both platforms. So you'll see me going back and forth. All right. All right. So today we're going to be talking about quantum coding. Okay. Quantum identity building, that higher self you, right? That perfect self you knows all and is perfect in every single way. All right. And so we want to basically make our way back to that version of ourselves. It's almost like, it literally is almost like we're making our way back to that perfect version, remembering how to be that perfect version of ourselves, right? So, identity, the ideal identity that we want to shift into, that's a frequency. All right. I want you to always remember we are playing a frequency game. All right. And so that means it's not about how much you do or get done. It's not about, how much time has passed or whatever. It's about alignment. It's about holding a frequency, holding a vibration long enough for the 3D to begin to shift. All right. And so manifestation isn't about thinking differently, just thinking differently. That plays a part of it, but that's definitely not all of it. This is why you'll see good people, right? Great people wouldn't do any harm to anyone, but yet they still suffer. You know what I mean? Give me a thumbs up if you know what I mean. First goal is 16K. Please do not just come in here and sit down. Make sure that you guys are helping me by spreading this message, spreading this live. This is the type of live that people need to wake up to, right? So I need your thumbs up. I need your TAPPING, the screen. I need your assistance. Reciprocate the energy. All right. Don't just absorb. I know that's not who you is. Okay. All right. Not just a taker. You are a giver as well. Thank you so much. All right. And so it's about becoming a new energetic code. Who are you energetically now? What vibration are you maintaining now? What's your dominant vibration? You don't attract what you want. I always tell you this. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Okay? You attract what you are a vibrational match to, what you are in alignment with, what you are coded as. All right? Okay? And so the sooner we begin to understand this, the better. All right? The sooner we begin to understand this, the better. Make sure you guys are showing out. First goal is 16K. 16K. That's how you guys can reciprocate the energy. That way I don't have to keep stopping in the middle of my teaching. I'd rather stay in the flow. Okay? So, one, we need to understand your quantum identity is the energetic version of you that already exists on the highest timeline. All right, on the highest timeline. So if you can see right here, let me flip the board around. Okay, let me flip the board around. Okay. If you can see right here, there are different timelines that are already coexisting right now. The past, the present, the future. It's already existing right now. You get to decide which one you want to tap into. But you are existing on each of these timelines, guys. Okay? Yes, you are. You are existing on each of these timelines already. So the alignment is what is going to allow for you to step into one of these timelines and remain there. Okay? And remain there, because that's what it's about, right? Holding these frequencies long enough so that you are shifting the entire 3D, right? And not just what I call quantum surfing. A lot of you guys are like, gosh, I manifested it, but I didn't hold on to it. I lost it. Yeah, because you're quantum surfing. You're not shifting your entire being. That's not what you're doing. You are tapping into a frequency long enough to acquire what it is that you want, but your dominant frequency, who you are, never changed. We can manipulate energy temporarily. Yes, we can. But who you are to the core, your dominant frequency will always revert back to self. Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Okay? Does this make sense to you? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you guys are processing what I'm saying. If you're lost in the sauce, you need to let me know. Okay? If you're lost in the sauce, you need to let me know. Okay? All right. So your quantum identity. All right. The quantum identity, when you're thinking of your quantum self, right? The quantum you. All right. It's built from your emotional baseline. Let me start writing these down for you. Hold on. Show out in the line, baby. I need this live to the masses. Okay, so that quantum self, right? These are the things that's going to determine, okay, that frequency. Emotion. Okay? Your emotions, all right? Your emotional baseline, if you will. All right? What is your normal way of feeling on an everyday basis? Okay? Let me correct that to emotional baseline. I'm going to put emotional baseline. Okay? This is, if you want to shift your 3D, I need you paying attention. If you don't like your lifestyle, I need you paying attention. If you want to improve your health, I need you paying attention. If you want to change your love life, I need you paying attention. If you want to shift your abundance, I need you paying attention. Okay? So, emotional baseline. How are you feeling on an everyday basis? Are you predominantly depressed? Are you sad all the time? Are you anxious all the time? Are you happy all the time? Do you feel relaxed all the time? Do you feel calm all the time? What is your emotional baseline? Everybody type emotional baseline in the comments. Emotional baseline. Put it in the comments. Okay, I need to make sure you guys are paying attention. Right? When you want to shift your 3D, you need to start paying attention to your emotions. You are coded. Don't be on autopilot with your attitude every single day because you just used to having an attitude. I'm going to tell you that's going to keep you in a specific vibration. You don't want to do that. Okay? You don't want to do that. All right? What else is your quantum identity built from? Okay? Your nervous system regulation. Okay, let me put this one in the comments. Everybody put it in the comments. Nervous system regulation. Oops. Dang. Sorry, guys. Okay. So I'm telling you, these are the things you want to think about if you don't like your 3D. I'm letting you know you need to think about your nervous system. How do you feel when I talk about money? If I were to say, hey, let's open up your bank account. Oh, how would you feel? Would you feel relaxed? Would you feel at ease? Oh shit, I have my dang on bodysuit piece unbuttoned. Would you feel calm? Would you feel relaxed? Okay. How would you feel on an everyday basis? All right. When you look in your bank account, if you feel anxious, if you feel worried, if you feel stressed, okay, and I say, oh, and you say, oh, I am wealthy, you affirm I am wealthy, what do you think is going to win? Your nervous system, the anxiety, the worry that you feel when you look into your bank account, or the affirmation? Okay, what do you think is going to dominate your nervous system? This is why you can affirm all you want to that I am rich, I am rich, I am abundant, right? But guess what? The bank account doesn't change. Okay, the bank account doesn't change. All right. All right. So we have to understand that your nervous system is playing a part. It's playing a part in the reality that you see. Energy doesn't lie. Okay. Energy doesn't lie. You can sit up here and affirm you wealthy or you are ready for love all you want to. But if every time you think about produce a relationship, getting into a relationship or going out with someone or meeting someone new or falling in love, you feel like you're going to be hurt, cheated on, lied to, then baby, your nervous system is communicating something. Okay? Is this making sense to you? Give me a thumbs up. And let me go button up my bodysuit. Does this make sense to you? Give me a thumbs up. Okay? Let me know that you guys are processing what I'm saying, okay? Yes, baby. You need mama? Where's Big Brother? Get Big Brother. Okay? All right. So we want to pay attention to the nervous system. All right. These all hold a frequency. They all hold a vibration. You feel me? Okay. But I'm going to tell you right now that nervous system vibration, that's going to be stronger than your affirmation, that voice vibration that you're holding. Everything holds a frequency. Everything vibrates at a specific frequency. Okay. Your voice has a frequency. Your thoughts have a frequency. Your walk has a frequency. Okay. But this is the information that's being sent to the universe and it gets mirrored back to you. Okay. All right. So fake it till you make it. You got to fake it. You got to start out faking it, right? But you want to get to the point where it really feels real. See, this is a frequency game. You are a creator of your experience, right? So you want to know that dang, this is done. Like I'm gonna be in this reality in divine timing. It's already done for me. Whenever I want to shift and transform my life, baby, I just decide what I want and then I align with it, meaning I act as if it's already done, and then I let the divine do the divine's work. Because we're co-creating here. You got to know you're not here doing this all on your own. Okay. So the divine is here doing some work too for you on your behalf. Never rush it. If you're rushing and forcing things, then you know you ain't really doing it the way you're supposed to be doing it. Okay. But you want to fake it by embodying it so much that it feels real. That's ultimately what we want here. Okay. What else is your quantum identity built from? Your belief structure. I'm telling you, these are your codes. All right. So let me write that down. Put belief structure in the comments. Belief structure. These are the things that you need to consider when you want to shift your reality. What do you believe? Right? If you believe that the world is out to get you, if you believe that the world is hard, if you believe that you're only capable of making so much, if you believe that there are no good jobs in your city, if you believe that everybody cheats on everybody, you see, whatever you believe, that's the that's the world that you will live in, right? If you ask me, do you believe that if you ask me, say, hey, do you believe that you can run a mile in 5-6 minutes? I'd be like, nah, not me. Okay. I don't believe that I can, but you better believe there's somebody out there that can, right? So my world is my world. My reality is mine. Yours is yours. What is possible in mine may not be possible in yours, and vice versa. Okay. Because it depends on your belief structure. This is why it's so important that when you want to manifest that wealth, that abundance, that financial stability, you believe that you are capable of attaining it. I talked to you guys yesterday about the reticular activating system needing proof of whatever it is that you are calling into alignment, right? You want proof. You want to show the brain that yes, this is possible. Yes, this is feasible. I see this. I see proof of that. I see proof of people working out in their relationships and being happy and enjoying each other. I see proof of people my age being multimillionaires or billionaires. I see proof, whatever your desire is. Okay. So it's very important that you take a look at your beliefs. Okay. All right. Your brain is going to look for proof, examples of what it is that you are trying to align with. All right. Now, if you don't give it enough proof, that old identity is going to win because the old you, right? The old you is comfortable and it's been holding this frequency for a long time. So it's your dominant frequency. You're on autopilot with it. Okay. You don't have to try so hard to be who you are. You feel me? Okay. Is this making sense to you guys? Let me know if you're not processing what I'm saying. Okay. Let me know if you're not processing what I am saying. Okay. All right. The next thing we want to consider, all right, is your subconscious programming, right? Subconscious programming. You better be mindful of the things that you are listening to, watching, reading. I was talking to you guys about that, right? Marker's running out. Okay. Subconscious programming. Okay. All right. This stuff matters. Okay. When you are watching those shows and you start crying, you are being emotionally impacted. All right. You are being emotionally impacted. And sometimes this leaves trauma imprints on you if you're not careful. Right. And so you want to be careful and mindful of the music, the lyrics you're listening to, the shows you're watching, the books you're reading, especially if you are emotionally connected. All right. Because you're getting programmed. When you walk out the house, you're getting programmed. Logos, marketing, all of that. All right. All of that matters. Okay. So it's very important that you are present, aware, okay, of what you are allowing for yourself to consume. Okay. Is this making sense? Give me a thumbs up. Let's get some shares on the board. First goal is 16K. We only here at 9. What is up with that, y'all? I need y'all to show out. Okay. I need y'all to show out. The next thing is your trauma coding. All right. Type trauma in the comments. Trauma coding. Trauma coding. Okay. All right. Trauma coding. So whatever, for those of you who do not know, your auras are holding, they're record keeping your traumas, right? So whatever traumas you have stored in your aura that you have not healed from, that is impacting the quantum self. That's impacting that version of you, that higher self you that you are wanting, okay, to align with. Okay. And so you need to make sure that there is, I should say trauma or healed codes. So your trauma codes or your healed codes. Keep dropping my. Okay. Your trauma codes or your healed codes. Because if you don't resolve those traumas, it's affecting the quantum self. If you do heal it, it's affecting the quantum self. All right. So it's always important to make sure you are tapping in with your aura health, your chakra health, of course. Okay. Because that's going to be impacting that quantum self, that newer version of you that you are wanting to align with. You cannot embody true love if you still have trauma around love in your biofield. It's just not going to happen. You understand? Okay, not the true love that you really desire. You will not see it. You must be able to be in divine alignment, embody the love that you wish to experience. Okay, and if you can't embody it, you won't truly be able to experience it. You may be loving with the guard up. Okay, you may not be allowing yourself to fully trust and love, or even hop into relationships. Maybe you will prevent yourself from even hopping into a relationship. Okay, so those traumas, they really, really affect us. All right, make sure you guys are getting a screenshot. We'll be here today 12:15 Eastern. We had fun yesterday. For those of you who jumped off early, you missed out on the chakra alignment. I did the frequencies and aligned your chakras. Okay, so if you missed that, because I almost forgot yesterday, but we remembered. But there was only like 22 of you guys in there left. But I will align those chakras again. This is free. This is free. It's just a masterclass. You guys can ask the questions. It's very nice because I really get to help you where you are, right? Where you guys are. So get a screenshot and that's how you access. Okay. I'll see you guys there in an hour or so. Okay. What else? What else do I want to talk about? And so a lot of times the identity that we relate to, like we see ourselves, like we think of ourselves as a certain way or a certain being. But I want you to stop being so mental about it and start being more energetic about it. Who am I being? Who am I embodying? Not just what you think or what you think you've been from the past. Okay. I really want you to focus on the embodying who you are being. Okay. All right. That's going to be really important too. Again, the holding of that vibration, the maintaining of that vibration. Okay, make sure you guys are showing out. Okay, let's get some shares on the board. Okay, let's get some shares on the board. Okay. And so your identity, we want to look at ourselves as, again, computers, tablets. We want to think of ourselves as being programmed. Okay, literally being programmed. All right. And so you want to think of, when you think of your identity, you want to say, how do I want to code myself? All right. How do I want to code myself? Take your emotions out of everything. Everything that has happened in the past, you're trying to level up, right? You want to level up, okay? And the way to do that is to pay attention to your coding, okay? And so your identity is going to be your dominant vibration. Your dominant vibration. Okay. Everybody put that in the comment. Dominant vibration. Okay. Remember, this is a frequency game. What vibration are you maintaining on an everyday basis, or 98% of the time? Okay. All right. You broadcast your identity 24/7. All right. And so you broadcast, let me erase this. You broadcast your identity through what you tolerate. Let me write these down. Your identity is broadcasted. Oh man, I think it is running out. Do I have another brown? Make sure you guys are showing out for me. I really appreciate it. We need to get this live up. It's broad. This one's running out too. Okay. What you tolerate. I need to scoot this over. What you tolerate. Okay. So who you're being is going to be shown through the things that you tolerate on an everyday basis, right? What are you allowing? Okay, I talked to you guys about setting healthy boundaries, right? Making sure your boundaries are being set, right? Because, hello, this is going to determine the frequency that you are embodying, who you are being on an everyday basis. Okay? Does this make sense? Okay? Second is, dang, these markers is running out, ain't it? I'll be writing too much with y'all, I guess. Okay? What you normalize. Okay? What you tolerate, what you normalize, what you expect. This all plays a part in your identity. This all plays a part in your identity and how you emotionally respond. Yesterday, I was talking to the class, the master class yesterday. And I was talking to them about your reaction and how your reaction plays such a pivotal role in which way you're going to be headed. All right. So, for instance, if something goes down, all right, the way you react is everything. You can react crazy, and that's going to send you down a specific journey. You can react lovingly or peacefully, and that's going to send you down a specific journey. So your reactions actually dictate your future. Okay. And so every time we react, that sends us down a specific journey. Okay. And so it also plays a part in who you are being in that moment in time. Okay. And so all of these are things you want to consider when we're talking about your identity. Make sure that you guys are getting a screenshot. And I want to see you guys there, right? Okay. Do we have any questions thus far? I hope to see you guys in here so you guys can do Q&A. We do Q&A. All right. Where you guys get to unmute and I go around and you guys I answer your questions. All right. And what else do? I aligned the chakras yesterday. So I'll align the chakras today because some people missed it because I almost forgot to do it. Okay. What else do you need to consider? What about your sense of self-worth? Let me put that down there. Absolutely. Your sense of self-worth, right? How you value yourself, right? Your nervous system safety level. This determines the identity that you get to be, who you are being at any given moment. Okay. All right. All of these things matter, guys. All of these things matter. This becomes your quantum signature, right? All this becomes your energetic blueprint. It's all stored in here. This is what it's going to look like right here. This is what it's going to look like. Your energetic blueprint. Okay. And so we want to make sure that the universe is responding to the correct codes, not just what you think about or desire, but you want to code yourself correctly so that you will produce the results that you deserve. Okay? Is this making sense? Give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you need to let me know. Okay? Any questions? Yes, it's for today. Okay. Thank you, Starseed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. It is on the other platform being recorded. Okay, honey bunch. So once we're done, you'll go to the live replays. Okay. All right. So this right here is for today. This is the free masterclass. Make sure you write that down. Write this down so you can get into. Okay. This is at 12:15 Eastern. East Coast, guys. East Coast. East Coast. Okay, let's finish up this class. Okay. So let's talk about why the mindset, okay, alone isn't enough. Yes, we should remain neutral. I love that. Yes, we should remain neutral. Absolutely. Okay. The mindset is conscious. Okay. Let me write this. You trying to level up in your life? You definitely should be in the zone. My lives change lives, baby. But you get to ask the questions there. Okay. Okay. I like to use different markers all the time. Okay. Make sure you guys are showing out. Okay. First goal, next goal is 33K, guys. I need you guys showing out. That way I don't have to stop and keep telling you guys that, right? When you get here, you can relax. Right now, we got to play the game. Okay? Right now, we got to play the game. Okay? So this is going to be like 5% of your manifestations. And this is going to be like 95%. So when it comes to manifestation, it's like 5% of it is you, the conscious decisions, right? The 95% that's programmed, what you are embodying, who you are being on an everyday basis, okay, that subconscious programming, that right there is golden, because that's your identity code. And that is 95% of your your manifestation signal, if you will, right? So this is sending out 95% of the information to produce back the 3D to you. And your conscious mindset, like, okay, you're going to consciously affirm something right now. You're going to consciously decide to, think positively and things like that. See, right now, that's only holding like 5% of that information that's being sent to the universe. So this is your dominant, it's your dominant signal. I'll say it like that. That's your dominant signal. Okay? All right? Is that making sense to you? Okay, does that make sense? All right. So I'll go more into this maybe on the ZOOM. Okay. So, but basically, this is why people will know what they need to do, but they don't do it, because who you are, I mean, you may be lazy, but you know you need to get up and do certain things, and you're not doing it. Okay, because that's your mindset thinking and wanting to do it, but who you are is going to be more dominant. Okay, that's gonna run the show. Okay, you can affirm abundance all you want, but who you are is gonna run the show. Okay, you can visualize love all you want to, all right, but you're still going to attract, all right, emotionally unavailable partners if who you are in your identity and your frequency is someone who fears love. Okay. Okay. So your identity code either blocks or allows everything that you desire. Okay. Your identity codes either block or allow everything that you desire. Okay. So you got to think about, what are the identity codes that you are currently broadcasting? All right. And so before we get off of here, I want to go into the healing. How many of you guys are working through your healing right now? Some type of way in your life, healing. Okay. So if you are working through healing, okay, I need you to understand this. okay? If you don't take anything away from this live today, I need you to understand what's going on here. Everything that happens to you, right? Everything that happens to you, every experience you have, everything that you've gone through, it is stored in your auras. Okay? It's literally stored here in the aura field. Okay? And your auras are all connected to specific chakras, specific meridians. And these chakras and meridians and auras all have specific duties. Okay? So your auras are basically record keeping any traumas that you've gone through. And when you don't heal the traumas, you will see distortions here in your energy field. It will be disruptions, holes in your aura. Okay? Your auras are supposed to be nice and strong like this. Okay. But when we have trauma that we haven't resolved, it will begin to look choppy like this, okay? Does this part make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Does just this part make sense to you? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you guys are processing what I'm saying, okay? That way I can keep going to the next part. But I got to know that you understand what I'm saying, all right? Okay. So each aura has a specific duty, has a specific job that it's doing, okay? And so each chakra has a specific job that it's doing. Your chakras are energy portals that are aligned throughout the body, okay? Up and down the body, okay? And so we want the chakras and we want your meridians to be healthy. Because when you do not have healthy chakras and healthy meridians, okay, you're going to be having energetic blockages throughout the body. When you have energetic blockages throughout the body, this is where illness begins to happen. Okay, dis-ease begins to happen. Okay, mental health issues begin to happen. Things like that. Okay, mental issues, your 3D isn't looking the way that you want it. Okay, all of that type of stuff. All right. So your chakras and meridians are tied to your organs, your 3D, your mental health, etc. Okay. All right. So now your auras are record keeping all the traumas. Okay, it's tied and connected to specific chakras and meridians. Now, when there's imbalance in your chakras, this is where they stop spinning properly, right? They start being imbalanced, right? And this is where you will begin to see the 3D look crazy. Okay. You're like, what's going on? Why am I experiencing this in my 3D? Why is this my reality? Because of what is going on in your energetic blue biofield right here. Okay. So we're going to start with that etheric aura. I'm going to go through each of these auras. And as I'm going through each of these auras, I want you to be taking note. I want you to note if you've gone through any of the symptoms. Gone through any of those experiences that I list for each aura. And then I want you to see if you are experiencing any of the symptoms for each of the auras. Okay? All right? Are we ready? Type ready in the comments. If you are ready, type ready in the comments. Getting kind of hot up in here. Heat is cranking. Okay? If you are ready, type ready in the comments. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So if you've gone through any of these, I want you to type etheric in the comments. Okay. Your etheric aura is connected to your root chakra. So this is closest to the body. This is the aura that's closest to the body. Okay. It's going to be red in color. It's governing your safety, your stability, your groundedness, and your immune system. Okay. So we need that etheric aura healthy. We need it strong. Okay. We need a clear signal there. But if you've gone through any of these traumas, then that's telling me that the etheric aura is distorted. Okay. If you've gone through childhood neglect, type etheric in the comments. Poverty, type etheric in the comments. Okay. If you've dealt with abandonment, financial instability, an unsafe home environment, bullying, loss of a parent, witnessing violence, homelessness, chronic fear, lack of basic needs met, physical abuse, early illness, unstable caregivers, divorce in early childhood, overly strict discipline. If you've gone through any of those, then I want you to type etheric in the comments. I want you to type etheric in the comments. Okay. That's telling me that if you did not heal it, right? If you didn't have the opportunity to heal it, then that means that it's actually still there. It's running the show, it's programmed into you. Okay. So that means that your etheric aura has some holes in it if you haven't healed. And it's causing an imbalance in that root chakra. Now, if there's an imbalance in the root chakra, let me tell you what these symptoms are. And then you can type root in the comments. Okay. All right. Chronic fear. If you deal with chronic fear, type root in the comments. Insecurity, lack of trust, difficulty grounding. Okay. Survival mode mindset. If you feel unsupported in life, if you have anxiety around money, okay, if you feel disconnected from the body, if you have a low sense of belonging, if you're always in victim mentality, then that's telling me that that root chakra is out of alignment. Those are the mental, emotional issues that you may be dealing with. Okay. Now, what about the physical ailments? Oh, yes. The physical ailments. Okay. So let me pull this bioscan report. I scanned a client. These are her chakras. This is her chakra report. Okay. And on here it has a key for all of the physical ailments, all right, that she may be dealing with. That root chakra is again governing your stability, your immune system, okay, your confidence, right? And so if you have any of these physical ailments, then your root chakra is out of alignment. Okay? Lower back pain, type of root. Immune issues, type of root in the comments. Leg pain, type of root. Colon problems, type root. Fatigue, type root. Bone density issues, type root. Joint pain, type root. Blood circulation problems, type root. Elimination problems, obesity, constipation, anorexia, okay? Adrenal fatigue, immune system, poor immune system function. The root chakra is out of alignment. Now, isn't this crazy that our traumas, I was mentioning traumas like poverty, childhood neglect, physical abuse. I was listing things like that. Now, how are we now talking about lower back pain, immune system issues? You guys see how your traumas are tied to your physical well being, your mental health, your 3D that you get to experience? Do you guys see this? This is crazy. This is crazy. This is insane, right? Why didn't they teach us this stuff in school? Why didn't they teach us this stuff in school? Okay? Crazy. All right, let's move on to the sacral chakra, which is connected to the emotional body aura. I told you that each aura has a specific duty. right? So that etheric aura was catching the poverty, the childhood neglect, things like that. This emotional body aura, which is connected to the sacral chakra, is going to be orange in color. Okay. This is going to be catching things like, if you were ever essayed, type emotional body aura. Okay. If you were ever essayed, went through being essayed, type emotional body aura. If you ever went through body shaming, you were body shamed, toxic relationships, emotional neglect, divorce of parents, things that affected you on an emotional level, they're going to be stored here. They're caught here in that emotional body aura. Okay. Emotional neglect, divorce of your parents, abandonment by a parent. If you were abandoned by your parent, if you were forced to suppress your emotions. Okay. Rejection. If you dealt with rejection, criticism of creativity, shame around your sexuality, over controlling parents, lack of affection, being ignored emotionally, early heartbreak, or cultural shame, type emotional body in the comments. Okay. Emotional body. You need to know where your traumas are. You need to know what is stopping you from transforming your life. Okay? You need to stop and really start gauging this information, because this is the information that's being sent to the universe. You're wondering why you're not seeing the 3D that you want. It's probably because of whatever you are programmed with. Okay? And so type root in the comments if you've experienced any of these symptoms. Shame, guilt, if you have a fear of intimacy, if you have suppressed your emotions, if you deal with low creativity. Okay, I'm sorry, type sacral in the comments. Sacral, sorry. We're on sacral, not root. Okay, if you deal with emotional instability, if you have a difficult time trusting, type sacral in the comments. If you deal with over attachment, type sacral in the comments. Lack of passion. If you avoid pleasure, type sacral in the comments. Okay? Is this making sense? Give me a thumbs up. Now I'm going to go over the physical ailments, because it's amazing how our traumas start. They get caught here in the aura, but then we end up living them out, right? We end up seeing these things manifest in the 3D somehow, some way. All right? Type sacral in the comments if you deal with reproductive issues, menstrual problems, urinary infections, hip pains, lower abdominal pains, sexual dysfunctions, uterine or bladder problems, impotence, lack of flexibility, lower back issues, problems with your large intestines. What else? Kidney issues, cysts, infertility. Okay. All of these are signs. Okay. They're signs. Okay. Physical manifestations of those traumas, unresolved traumas. Josiah, what are you cooking, Papa? Yeah. Are there any eggs left? Call Mike and see what's up. We need bacon. We need bacon, and we need eggs. You might have to run to the store. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to move to the solar. Okay. The solar plexus chakra. And in this right here today, right? When we go here, I'm going to align the chakras. Okay. Yesterday, if you got off early, you missed it. We did end up doing it. I almost forgot. Remind me if for some reason I forget, guys. Okay, but I'm gonna play frequencies to make sure you go out of there aligned. Okay. All right. We need to be gauging our frequencies on a daily basis. You need to know the health of your chakras and your auras. This is why I do bioscans on my clients. Okay. All right. Bioscan, if you are someone who's like in the midst of transforming your life, you are in the midst of your healing, you are feeling stuck in your life, you're self sabotaging, things like that, you need a bioscan because that bioscan bundle is going to tell you exactly what's getting in the way of your transformation. It's going to produce the traumas, right? So we get to see the traumas that you're dealing with. It's going to say, oh, you're dealing with this. Oh, you're dealing with this. You're dealing with this. These are the things that are holding you back. Then it's going to show us in your body, right? Let me show you guys a report, sample report. So it looks like this, okay? Those trauma reports, you get 4 of these. And it's going to show us, hey, that trauma is sitting in your body right here. That trauma is affecting you in your thyroids, in your bladder, in your sacral muscles when you leave that trauma unresolved. It's also going to say, hey, this is the trauma that you're dealing with. And this is the way to correct it. So with a bioscan, it produces, this is science-backed technology, right? I use the same technology that doctors and scientists use for their clients. I got scanned by a doctor and I was like, yeah, I need this. Okay, I need this for my people. And so it produces corrective frequencies for you. So all of those holes there, the bioscan actually plugs those holes. Okay. The bioscans actually plug the holes. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you are someone who is into all of the natural organic ways to heal, taking up yoga, doing it every day, regularly, meditating every day, breath work every day, all of the things, EFT tapping, these are things you need to be doing every day. Okay. Because if you're not doing it every day, you're not going to stay in alignment. Okay. You're not going to stay in alignment. Okay. Okay. I'm located outside of Philly, but the bioscans can be done anywhere. And if you hop on here today, okay, anybody who needs theirs, okay, we had 2 people on yesterday. Actually, Mermaid's here in the comments too. If you need to know, okay, about it, ask any questions. She's in here. She scanned herself and a 4-year-old. All right. But if you come in here today, I'll make sure to give you a okay, angel cell. I call it the angel cell. All right. There she goes. There goes Mermaid. Hey girl. Okay, so did we go through the solar plexus? No, we didn't. Okay, let's talk about the solar plexus. The solar plexus chakra, okay, is connected to the mental body aura. Mental body aura. We just went through the emotional body aura and the etheric body aura. So now we're going to go through mental body. So if you deal with any addictions, that's too is in the emotional body, just FYI. That's your sacral chakra, any type of addictions. Okay. Money issues, that's in the etheric aura. Okay. Let's get to the mental. Mental connected to the solar plexus. All right. That mental body aura, that is governing your self-worth, your willpower, your identity, your confidence. Okay. Your confidence. Okay. So if you had any of these experiences, I want you to type mental in the comments. Mental. Okay. If you've been heavily criticized, type mental in the comments. If you were bullied, if you dealt with controlling parents, type mental in the comments. If you dealt with failure shaming, all right, perfectionism pressure. You had to be perfect at work. You had to be perfect here, there, everywhere. Okay. If you dealt with emotional abuse, constant comparison, conditional love, not being heard, over responsibility as a child, being blamed often, authoritarian parenting, shame for your mistakes, if lack of encouragement, gaslit, then that affected your mental body aura. Did you heal it? Because if you didn't heal it, then guess what? That's still running the show. It's still affecting how you move today. It's manifesting in different ways. I'm about to go through the manifestations right now. Okay? So if you go through any of these symptoms, then that's telling us that now that solar plexus is out of balance. Listen, guys, the sooner you begin learning your emotional health, your aura health, your chakra health, the sooner you can begin shifting your life. Okay. You don't like this 3D? What's going on here? We need to take a look. The bioscan bundles, that takes care of, out of those, I think we listed 8 codes. Out of the 8 codes, it takes care of 6. Okay. Your trauma codes, okay. Your emotional coding, okay. Your nervous system coding is going to take care of all of that. What else? Your ancestral codes, and your identity code, that's what you're responsible for. But all of those other codes that I talk about, the bioscan takes care of it. Okay. So it's about maintaining the vibrations long enough, guys. Okay, long enough for the 3D to start to shift. And if you have trauma stored in your auras, that's the vibration that you are holding. And that is affecting the 3D that you see. Okay. This isn't rocket science. It really isn't rocket science. Okay. All right. If you go through any of these symptoms, I want you to type solar in the comments. If you are emotionally numb, type solar. If you deal with bitterness, if you fear love, if you have a difficult time forgiving, if you are codependent, if you deal with jealousy, if you lack compassion, type solar in the comments. If you deal with a lot of loneliness, if you fear intimacy, if you feel like you are closed-hearted, type solar in the comments. That's telling me that your solar plexus is out of alignment. And now that is what is being communicated to the universe. And if you're not careful, you're going to end up with some of these physical manifestations. Okay? Physical manifestations. Digestive issues, ulcers, liver problems, gallbladder issues, diabetes, stomach pain, acid reflux, chronic fatigue, muscle tension, metabolism imbalance, low self-worth, overthinking, anger issues, fear of failure, people pleasing, difficulty making decisions, lack of confidence, power struggles. If you self-sabotage or deal with control issues, the solar plexus is out of alignment. Type solar in the comments. Okay, type solar in the comments. Okay. The regular price for the bundle is $200, but if there's anybody that wants the angel cell right now, I'll lower it for 3 people to what I want to do today. Angel cell, what y'all want to do today? What y'all want to do? Sometimes I do 180, sometimes I do 150. Sometimes I do 111. If there's anybody that thinks they need the bioscan, put it in the comments and I'll lower it for 3 people. Okay. All right. So solar, we just went through solar. If you're experiencing any of those issues, then okay, that you need to start looking at your physical health. You need to start looking at this stuff right now. Okay. All right. Okay, for those of you that typed it, hold on one second. I gotta lower it. I'm gonna do 111, but I need you guys to come back right after you order, okay? Okay, let me show you guys the instrument. Super cool. Have some frequencies on right now. 3 people get it, guys, for the 111. Good luck. It's already lowered. Okay. But I want to show you guys what the instrument looks like. So this is what me and myself and my clients use to keep ourselves in balance on an everyday basis. All right. Because it's the alignment every day is what keeps you, is what allows for you to shift to 3D. Okay. If you just go to like Reiki or something, sorry, let me show it on both platforms. Okay. So this is the first. That's what the instrument looks like. Okay. This is what they use on an everyday basis. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Hold on. I can't see. I'm trying to stand behind and show you guys. Okay. This is the instrument. Okay. As you can see, it has the frequencies there. Okay. You can adjust it. There's a timer on there. You can change the music. Okay. My clients love, love, love it. I love, love, love it. Okay. Let me put some on for us while we are finishing up the class. Okay. All right. So now let's move to the heart chakra, guys. Okay. Bioscan is what it's called. Let's move to the heart chakra. Now, the heart chakra is bridging both aspects of self, the higher self with the lower aspect of self. Okay. And so we need to understand, okay, that here the heart chakra is connected to the astral aura. Okay, so that's going to be green in color. And we need that astral aura in alignment. Baby, that's my hat. No, it's not. Babe, that's my hat. No, it's not. That's my hat. You need me? Mm-mm. Okay. If you've gone through, huh? What's the store? You just got back. Which store are you going to? And eggs, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the heart chakra is connected to the astral aura. Okay, astral aura. Your astral aura is governing your compassion, the balance in your life, your ability to forgive, healthy relationships, all of that. That's going to be governed there, right? So the things the experiences that I list are things that would affect that astral aura. This is why you can see sometimes that people's abundance, their financial abundance is great, but their love life may suck, or vice versa. Your health may be bad, but your money is good, type of thing, right? Because the auras are all have a specific duty. They're all doing a specific thing. You get what I mean? All right. So if you have gone through any of these, type astral in the comments. Okay. In the comments, astral. Okay. If you have lost a loved one, if you have lost a pet, oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you, honey. If you have dealt with grief, okay, abandonment, divorce, betrayal, heartbreak, rejection, emotional neglect, unrequited love, type astral in the comments if this is you, if you've gone through any of these experiences. Loss of a pet, unforgiveness, lack of affection, toxic relationships, isolation, overgiving. All of that would affect you on an astral level in your astral aura. And therefore, if you leave that unresolved, it will cause an imbalance in the heart chakra. Okay, an imbalance in the heart chakra. For those of you who grabbed the bioscan, I want you guys to come to this so I can talk to you guys too. Okay, I want to make sure that I answer any questions that you guys have directly. Okay, I love spending time with the people that actually take action. Okay. All right. Now, how would this manifest? How would this manifest? Okay. If you are emotionally numb, type heart in the comments. This is affecting your heart chakra. Okay. Okay, Marie, as soon as when you go to and you click it's going to say 1, healing, get a scan. Okay, I can't type this stuff, but it's very self-explanatory. If you just go to my okay, when you go here, you want to click on, it's in the profile. Very simple. Everything is very organized. Okay, very, very organized. Oh, sorry. Okay. Does this make sense to you? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. And if you still can't figure something out, when you come here today, I will get you set up with that at the discount if you want. Okay. Right here. Okay. Write it down. Write it down. Okay. Right now it's 11:38 a.m. guys. 11:38 a.m. Okay. So pretty soon I'm gonna start having people apply for the bioscans, because the bioscans are for people that are really ready to take that leap, right? So instead of just offering it to everyone, what I'm going to be doing is actually having people apply to get the bioscan with me at least. Okay. Let's finish up the heart. I'm going to go through these really quickly again. Traumas for the astral aura. And when we get in the Zoom, it's going to be Q&A. Okay. Mainly Q&A. All right. Just like we did yesterday. I'm going to open up and you guys are going to unmute for 5 minutes each or so and ask your questions. That's the type of masterclass it is. Okay. If you have questions about mindset, manifestation, feeling stuck, healing, things like that, you'll want to be there. Okay. You will want to be there. Okay. Okay. You will want to be there. All right. Okay. So let me redo the heart again. The astral aura. Okay. Astral aura connected to the heart chakra. If you've gone through any of these, then your heart chakra is out of alignment. Loss of a loved one, loss of a pet, grief, emotional neglect, unrequited love, divorce, abandonment, betrayal, heartbreak, rejection, lack of affection, toxic relationships, overgiving, isolation. All of this would have left traumas in your astral aura and therefore caused an imbalance in the heart chakra. Now that's the information that's being sent to the universe. You want to produce true love, but you cannot produce true love because your heart chakra is sending information to the universe that you don't feel safe with love. Okay. And that's why. Okay. Now, here are the physical manifestations. If you feel emotionally numb, type heart in the comments. If you deal with bitterness, if you fear intimacy, if you have a difficult time forgiving people, if you fear love, okay, if you have a lack of compassion, if you are closed-hearted, that heart chakra is out of alignment. If you deal with heart disease, asthma, lung issues, chest pain, high blood pressure, circulatory issues, upper back pain, shoulder tension, poor immunity, breathing issues. The heart chakra is out of alignment, guys. Out of alignment. Okay? Out of alignment. Yeah, that's why I redid the solar, because I had actually gotten into the heart. Okay? If you have any questions, I can answer them on the ZOOM when we get on there and go back through some things if you need, guys. Okay? The throat chakra connected to the etheric template body aura. It's going to be blue in color. Blue in color. If you were ever silenced as a child, okay, type throat in the comments. If you were ignored, punished for speaking, shamed for your self-expression, dealt with authoritarian parenting, if you were bullied, if you were gaslit, if your emotions, if your creativity was suppressed, okay? If you have a fear of rejection, if you were forced to keep secrets, family secrets, any type of secrets, okay, that throat chakra is out of alignment. Okay, if you dealt with verbal abuse, invalidation, criticism of your voice, type throat in the comments. Okay, we need all of our chakras in alignment on an everyday basis, especially if you are a fellow healer or coach. Okay, thank you so much for that gift. Especially if you are a fellow healer or coach. Okay, we need you in alignment. We need you balanced, guys. Okay, here are the symptoms of an imbalanced throat chakra. If you fear speaking the truth, if you suppress your creativity, if you have a difficult time expressing your needs, if you fear judgment, if you have social anxiety, if you deal with inauthenticity, you feel like you can't authentically be yourself, if you feel isolated, if you deal with a lot of over talking, I want you to know that your throat chakra is out of alignment. Okay, your throat chakra is out of alignment. Okay, and this will manifest physically: thyroid problems, sore throats, neck pains, jaw issues, okay, dental problems, ear infections, TMJ, voice loss, tonsillitis, laryngitis. Okay, all of this is connected to that throat chakra. Okay, on your chakras report in the bundle, it's going to also mention fevers. If you deal with a lot of fevers, ear infections, weariness, disorders in the throat, ears, voice, neck, thyroid problems, cervical spine, hypothalamus issues, esophagus issues, all of this is tied to that throat. Okay. And what I love about this report in your bundle, in your bioscan bundle, is it tells us which of these is underactive, right? Not just out of balance. Is it underactive or overactive? If you have an underactive root chakra, you are the avoidant. You don't want to look in your bank account. You're avoiding it. If you have an overactive chakra, then you are anxious about money. Okay? So it's very important that you utilize the information that's in your bundle. Okay? All right? Okay, we have a way now to measure our emotional health, guys. We don't have to guess with our healing. And the most important part is it generates personalized healing frequencies, not the general stuff that you're listening to on the tube. Okay, not the general stuff that you're listening to on the tube. And this will be the difference between, okay, rapid healing and slow healing. It's the truth. Change the damn thought. Okay. All right. That's Aaron's one of my old school, my original. Okay. My original OGs. Okay. I remember that day. I remember that day. Okay. For the throat chakra, the throat is connected to the etheric template body aura. Etheric template body aura. Okay. And so that is actually governing your authentic expression, your ability to speak the truth, your creativity and communication. That's what that throat chakra is doing. Okay, that aura. Now let's move to the third eye. The third eye is right here connected to that celestial aura. Okay, that celestial aura. Okay, so if you've gone through any of these, then the third eye is out of alignment, type third eye. Okay, if you were invalidated, if your intuition was invalidated, say you tried to tell people certain things, you tried to explain things to people, and they didn't believe you, right? Especially as a child, then guess what? That would have left trauma in this aura, that celestial aura. If you were gaslit, if you weren't believed, if you were criticized of your imagination, if your spiritual gifts were suppressed, if you were lied to, if you dealt with parental manipulation, okay, if you dealt with rigid belief system, constant confusion, excessive control, mental abuse, all right, lack of guidance, shamed of your dreams and your visions, dismissed feelings, your feelings were dismissed, right? If you your insights were neglected, all of this plays a part in the 3D that you will see. If you haven't healed yourself, then that's still programmed in you. A lot of you guys are wanting to change your 3D, but you're not understanding how this information is running the show, guys. This is what's being sent to the universe. Okay? And so it's going to manifest. If you don't fix it, it's going to manifest like this. Confusion. You're going to always be confused. You're going to have a lack of clarity. You're going to be wondering, what is going on? What am I supposed to be doing? I don't know what I need to be doing here, right? You're going to distrust yourself. You're going to have like an overactive mind, okay? You're going to feel like your intuition is blocked, like you can't receive your internal guidance. You're going to feel disconnected from inner wisdom. You're going to fear your visions. You're going to feel delusional. You're going to have a difficult time focusing. Okay? And so if this is you, type third eye in the comments. You deal with poor memory, headaches, eye strain, insomnia, seizures, sinus issues, neurological problems. What else? Endocrine disorders, learning disorders, nightmares, hormonal imbalance. Okay? All of this matters. This is how it's being manifested. Right? Congratulations to the ones who have, Congratulations to the ones who have grabbed their bioscan. Okay, let me cheer. I like to cheer for the action takers, baby. Okay, let me go in here. We have a Sam. Congratulations. Please make sure that you come to this, because I want to talk to you. I want to answer any questions you have about your scan before we get started. Okay. Congratulations to, let me see, is it Cindy? Cindy, I've never heard of that. That's nice. Cyndia, congratulations. All right, make sure you are there. Okay, make sure you guys write this down so you guys can be there. That'll be in just 20 minutes, actually. Okay, 20 minutes. Okay, perfect. All right, who has a question? We got one more slot for that angel cell anyway. Who here has questions about our auras, holding the traumas, our chakras, okay, and the 3D that we see? Now we're about to move to the crown, okay? Now we're about to move to the crown, okay? This is the last one, and then I'm gonna wrap it up, okay? Crown chakra. If you've gone through any of these, then type crown in the comments, okay? If you've dealt with spiritual abuse, religious dogma, feeling abandoned by God, loss of faith, isolated, disconnected from spirituality, Okay, if you've dealt with authoritarian religion, fear-based teachings, karmic trauma, generational beliefs that were passed down to feeling purposeless, cultural disconnection, suppressed spiritual gifts, okay, over intellectualization. All of this is traumatic for that catheric temple, that catheric aura, that causal body aura. This is tied to your soul's purpose. How many of you guys don't feel like you know what your purpose is? Okay. It's going to manifest those traumas that I just called out. It's going to manifest in your loss of purpose, feeling disconnected from source, hopelessness, cynicism, spiritual confusion, okay, isolation, okay, lack of trust in the divine, migraines, neurological disorders, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, sleep disorders, chronic exhaustion, mental illness, brain fog, epilepsy, autoimmune issues, skin disorders, crown chakras out of alignment. Okay. The sooner you learn your aura health, your chakra health, is the sooner you can begin to change your 3D. All right. I was telling you guys that you are coded, right? You have belief codes. You have belief codes. You have ancestral codes. You have trauma codes. You have chakra codes. You have nervous system codes. Belief, your ancestrals, traumas, emotional identity, emotional codes, identity codes. Okay. These things all play a part, right, in the 3D that you get to experience. All of these, right? Now, the bioscan, when you get a bioscan, it's going to take care of these. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And so your job is to do what? Work on your identity, which I take care of in the complete identity shift program, and your ancestral codes. Ancestral is personal. That's a personal game, right? That's where you got to go within and do that internal work, right? So that you can see what it is that needs to be healed through in your bloodline. Nobody can really tell you that. Okay, but you will know. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm going to be off of here in 6 minutes. What do you guys want to learn? You want to learn how to manifest? Okay, do you guys want to learn how to manifest? Does anybody in here need to know how to manifest? Does anyone in here need to know how to manifest? Okay, let me teach you guys that really quickly. The reason why is because you should always, right? You should always, baby, know how to do what you are doing 24/7. You need to know how to do it intentionally. Okay? So let's see. What happens when I turn this off? Okay, you guys can still see because I want you guys paying attention to that too, writing it down. All right, let me show you guys really quickly how to manifest. If you're ready, type ready in the comments. Come on, let's do this. This is your life. All right, I'm going to be off of here in just a few minutes. I want to make sure that you guys are tapping in with this. Okay, but before I go, I need to show you how to manifest, how to bring something out of the mind into the hand, how to actualize it. Okay, you are a creator, just like this creator right here. It's an inventor, right? What did you come here to do? A creator creates their experiences here in this reality. You manifest tangible things and you manifest new identities. Okay, what I was talking to you guys about over here. Okay, so you as a creator, let's play around with this inventor real quick. One day, this inventor said, you know what? I got an idea. I got an idea to invent this instrument thing. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it's going to help so many people. Imagine that you're at a party and people need to hear you. You know, you need something with that magnifies your voice, right? So they had an idea. It started in the mind. So the thinking is a creative tool. All right. The creator has creative tools. Let me tell you something. The divine did not send you here to this reality to suffer. The divine sent you here with everything you needed in order to prosper. You hear me? Okay, make sure you guys are showing out. Y'all just sitting, baby. I need y'all reciprocating the energy. Please do not just come here and sit. The goal is 100K. What y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Okay, we're not on Zoom. We're not on Zoom yet. Okay? I really like to stay in the flow of my teachings, but I cannot do that if y'all just sit, baby. That's telling TikTok and YouTube that this live is not good. That's what it's doing. Okay? That is exactly what it does. Okay? All right? You, as the creator, you were sent here with everything you need in order to prosper. You need not look outside of yourself in order to prosper or to manifest anything, bring anything to fruition. The divine sent you here with everything you needed in order to prosper. Just like the divine took care of the fish and the bears and the deer and the tigers and the fish in the sea. You see, everything has what it needs in order to survive and thrive. You too have everything that you need, okay? All right? So your thinking is your creative tool. It's a creative tool. Call it what it is, okay? So this inventor used their mind to think about an idea. They thought about this instrument that they wanted to create, invent, okay? That thinking sculpted the idea. It was sculpted, just like the artist uses the clay, just like the writer uses the pen and the paper, just like, all of that, okay? It was sculpted in the mind. The second creative tool is speaking. This inventor utilized the speaking, their words, to breathe life into the idea. They were literally breathing life, not taking life away, not using their words to be negative. They're using their words to breathe life into this idea. Okay. The third creative tool are actions. This inventor did not just sit on their ass and think about this idea. They thought about it and sculpted it in the mind. They started speaking about it, telling people, oh my gosh, this is a good idea. We got to get this done. People are going to love this. Oh my gosh, it's going to solve so many problems. They're breathing life into it. Now they're taking action. They're feeding energy into this idea. Okay. So when they're taking action, they're getting the prototype built. Right? They're getting the sample into stores. They're doing all of the things, feeding energy into the idea. Okay. Then they utilize their emotions. That's your fourth creative tool. Your emotions power up each of your creative tools. Every single time this inventor was using positive thinking, okay, positive speaking, positive action, they were powering it up with positive energy, okay, positive life. Okay. Now, when you utilize negative emotions, you're literally taking life away from it. You're not feeding the necessary energy into your manifestations. Now, when you utilize all four of your creative tools, your thinking, your speaking, your actions, your emotions in alignment with your goal, meaning you're not thinking about this goal right here, but you are speaking about and feeding energy into creating a chair. Now, the focus, the thoughts were on this megaphone. The speaking was on the megaphone. The actions that were fed towards the megaphone, and their emotions were positive. And when you align all of your creative tools, just like this person did, this is how you bring a thought from out of the mind, right? They thought about this and into the hand. Okay. This is the megaphone. It started with an idea. It started with their mind, but yet I am holding this. You see this? Do you guys understand? This is how you manifest something tangible. It doesn't matter what you want to bring to fruition. You want to bring to fruition concert tickets, a car, a telephone, a specific outfit. You can do that. Okay. All you have to do is align your creative tools with the desired goal. Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Is this making sense to you? Give me a thumbs up. If you lost in the sauce, you need to let me know. If you lost in the sauce, you need to let me know. This ain't rocket science here. Okay, this is not rocket science. Okay, make sure that you guys get this because I'm about to hop off. I want to see you guys on there. It's free, guys. Just come and enjoy. It will ask you to register, and then it emails you the link. Okay, all right. How long you been up in here? How long you been in here? Let me ask you. When did you get in here? Okay, Apple Jacks. Okay, love you guys.